Hey friends, Mike here. So, you want to learn how to make your own music? In this video, you will learn the basics of how to get started with music production so that you can make your own music. Alright, here we go. So the first thing you probably wonder about is what kind of equipment you need to get started. And I have good news for you. It is actually not that much and not super expensive to get started making music and set up your own home music studio. At least if you compare to what was needed in 1998 when I started making music. So let's make a list of what you need. Number 1. High performance computer. The computer is the center of modern music production, and therefore you should spend most of your budget here. The good thing about this is that you can use the computer for other things as well, so it is a good investment. The most important aspects for a music production computer are CPU and RAM. I would recommend at least a dual-core CPU and a minimum of 16 GB RAM. I also recommend that you invest in a fast SSD drive where you can store all your sample libraries and sounds. SSDs are much faster than standard hard disk drives. 2. Audio interface. Basically, this is the control station of all audio that goes into and out from the computer. It will convert all external signals from microphones and instruments into digital form and record them in your music production software. I recommend using an external audio interface that you connect to your computer with USB or Thunderbolt connection. Consider how many sources you want to connect to your interface. If you don't want to use a mixing console, I would advise you to go for at least one stereo line input, one guitar input, and 2 microphone inputs. Make sure the microphone inputs have phantom power. Phantom power is necessary to connect condenser microphones, which is the standard in studios. Audio interfaces have become very affordable the last years, so $200 to $300 will get you a great interface you can use for years. 3. DAW, short for Digital Audio Workstation. This is the fancy term for professional music production software. It's like GarageBand, but with professional features and workflow. The DAW is where you compose, record, arrange, edit, and mix your music. It is very expensive software, and they all take a long time to learn well, so it is extremely important that you choose the best one for you. Here is a list of DAWs I personally recommend, and they are all very well used by music producers. First, Logic Pro X, which is the software I use personally. Then we have Ableton Live, Cubase, Studio One, FL Studio, and Reason. All of them have very different workflows and feelings, so my recommendation is that you try them out one by one to see which one you get the right feeling about. Then once you have chosen your DAW, you should spend time learning it from tutorials, courses, and experimentation. 4. Monitor speakers. You need to be able to hear your music and analyze it in high quality. For that you need special speakers made for music production called monitor speakers. Their job is to give you a clear and true sound without any boosted frequencies. My recommendation is to get active monitor speakers, which means that they have a built-in amplifier. As for size, I would recommend at least 6.5 inches for the main speaker cone, so that they can play the low bass frequencies fairly well. A couple of recommendations for brands that make monitor speakers are Genelec, Yamaha, KRK, and M Audio. $300 for a pair of speakers will get you good sounding monitors today. 5. Headphones. You also need quality headphones for several reasons. The most common reason, at least for myself, is that you can't use your speakers at late hours. Another reason is that you can't have the speakers playing when you record acoustic sounds like vocals or acoustic guitar, for example. My recommendation is to go for closed headphones to avoid sound leaking out. In my opinion, you need to spend at least $100 to get a good pair of headphones suitable for music production. A couple of brands to check out are Sennheiser and Shure. 6. Microphone. Unless you make only instrumental music, you will need a microphone to record vocals. And even if you make EDM or instrumental beats without any vocals, you might want to use the microphone for making YouTube videos, video blogs, or even record vocal ideas to send to a singer or rapper. I recommend that you get a large diaphragm studio condenser microphone with XLR connection. It is the standard type of microphone and connection for recording vocals, which you then connect to your audio interface. 7. MIDI keyboard. I know it is common these days to add most notes into the music software using only your computer keyboard and mouse, but I still think a MIDI keyboard is essential for music production. Even if you can't play the keyboard, you can still use it to find cool riffs, ideas, and do creative experiments. I know many producers who can't play, but still manage to find amazing melodies and riffs on their MIDI keyboards. As a piano player myself, I would recommend a MIDI keyboard with at least 49 keys. But if you don't play at all, you can get by using a mini-sized keyboard. Some brands to check out are Akai and M Audio. Alright, so let's sum up the 7 essential pieces of equipment you need to build your home studio setup and start making your own music. Equipment number 1, high performance computer. Equipment number 2, audio interface. Equipment number 3, DAW or digital audio workstation. Equipment number 4, monitor speakers. Equipment number 5, quality headphones. Equipment number 6, studio microphone. And equipment number 7, a MIDI keyboard. Alright, those are the 7 essential things to get started with music production and make your own home studio setup. Of course, there are many more things you can expand your studio setup with later, such as acoustic treatment, third-party plugins and sample libraries and so on. I also skipped to bring up some things like cables, stands, a chair, a desk, etc. because I wanted to emphasize the 7 essential pieces of gear you need. Awesome! I hope you were inspired and got some ideas for creating your home studio setup, and that you will take action and start making music yourself. Now I have a question for you. If you are just getting started, what will your first investment be for your home studio? And if you already have a small home studio setup, what gear or software are you tempted to buy next? Leave your comment below and join the discussion. I wish you a great day. And remember, you rock, my friends! Your support is legendary, my friends. So I invite you to go to my website and become a VIP.